Hi everybody, welcome back to Ninja Monkey Gaming, and for some reason things are going goofy. There we go, because I have everything off and out of the way. Let's get this show started. I gotta figure out a way to make sure I get everything organized properly without doing it right in front of the beginning of the show. That would be great. Alright, I want to welcome our guests in the chat room. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. You are our fifth host. Please stand by as we get this show ready. Welcome back to Ninja Monkey Gaming. This is episode number 15. I am Joe the Widget Wilson. I am joined by my fellow co-hosts. I said go-host for a second there. I was thinking CSGO for some reason. Starting off with my cohort in crime, Mr. Justin Blatecki, a.k.a. Nivosi.
I don't know why we're Ghost. It's not like you're playing Call of Duty Ghost lately. You've been playing CSGO or Advanced Warfare. Call of Duty Ghost is out of rotation.
Yeah, isn't it? And I forgot to put my video up on the stream. Oh,
That would help.
I am failing. There it goes. I'm there. Alright, cool. And we are joined by James, who is shaking his head at me thinking I'm a complete noob. Mr. James Debo, a.k.a. Jamuel.
What's up, everybody? Jamie will sign it in. I got a pen and paper. That means I'm doing important stuff.
Yeah, important stuff.
He's
All
doing
right.
more internet memes than myself.
I might be. You're next.
Chuck has some family issues. He cannot make it tonight, and he's going to be in and out for the next 3 months. We wish him the best, and we hope everything goes well for him. My prayers are with him. Hopefully, everything goes smooth. We are joined by a special guest tonight, Mr. Will out. I forgot your gamer tag. Sovereign. Sovereign. He is
Sovereign.
he's an old friend of mine from my QGN days. Great guy. Glad to have him on the show. Hi.
Aw, hi.
Remember,
Thank you.
Your first night on the show, you have to dance. So that's coming.
You don't
at
want to
some
see
point
that.
tonight.
I really don't want to see that.
Get
And,
jiggy
you
with
know,
it.
on this boat, I don't know that dancing would be a good idea.
Hey, when that boat's a rocket, you better come and knock it.
You know it.
Watch
That
out,
was
ladies.
disturbing.
Watch out. Hey, we got a stabbing cabin on this.
Yes.
Now that the
Yeah.
show has gone south right off the gate.
Sorry, Joe.
No, that's fine. Alright, guys. So, we have a lot to talk about tonight. A lot to get into. There is some pretty awesome news out there. Well, not so awesome, but still cool. Got some trailers to show you guys. Got a lot to get into. But I'm going to start the show off with a really interesting story. Okay, a lot of people know I'm a game designer again, working on a project. So I spent my free time after work yesterday designing something for a game. Don't ask me why.
Shocking.
Yeah, right? I decided I'm going to go ahead and skin a gun for CSGO and do a Ninja Monkey thing. I spent 3 hours doing meticulous detail on this M4A4, getting every detail in there. I got bananas on the clip, on the magazine, sorry, don't yell at me. I had our logo on the stock, the whole 9 yards. Ninja stars on the handle with yellow and black. It was really cool looking. And then I ran in, and then the videos I was watching said, save it this way, and then that's how you'd pour it into to CSGO. Well, they lied. And I lost the entire thing. So, the gun didn't make it to the Steam store yet. I'm thinking about redoing it. I'm going to probably, in my free time later on, do one for Justin. So yeah, that was my flop last night. That depressed the hell out of me. But
Yeah.
we got some news in the gaming world. We have a couple of topics we're going to do for you guys on our side topic tonight. One of them is what we think is the most fun games we've had, multiplayer, not offline, in the same room, the way it was meant to be done, not online. So we'll get into that in a little bit. We're going to go into our E3 predictions, because that's coming up in the near future. But first on the news, Total War Warhammer trailer released. In a press release, Sega said that Total War Warhammer will deliver hundreds of hours of gameplay. Well, they always say that. Let's see if it actually, is true. And 2 additional expansions to follow. Surprise, surprise. Total War Warhammer is the first in a 3-part trilogy, Sega said. noting that 2 standalone installments as well as further DLC packs will be released later. And this is in partnership with the Warhammer team. So it's taking the fantasy world of Warhammer with their rule set and putting it into the Total War rule set into a whole new environment. The trailer looks pretty awesome. What's that, Justin?
I said that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I know you're a
I
big
heard
Total
rumor
War
about
fan
this
of that.
a few months ago, but this now that they actually announced it, it really looks good.
Yeah, it actually looks interesting. They haven't really shown any kind of gameplay yet, but the teaser trailer they recently announced looks pretty awesome. So I think we should probably show that off. What do you guys think?
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
it.
All
Let's
right.
roll the tape.
I'm stalling so I can get it to load right because my internet's been so poo-poo lately.
Hey, I remember when that used to be my line.
Well, you were a little slow this time, so I had to say it.
You gotta build up. You gotta build. You needed time.
All right,
work it
guys.
in.
Say it,
This is
say it, say it for me. Say it for me, James.
Oh, it's not my line anymore.
Oh.
No, let's roll the tape.
Now you guys see this wonderful black screen because my internet is still trying to load this trailer. It used to be instant when I have 50 meg, download.
Download.
Oh, look at that! We get an ad at the first.
To be in this amazing place that hardly anybody gets to go.
Google ad block.
All right, here we go.
Almighty Sigma, savior of the Empire, give me strength. For though I dedicated my life to eradicating it, it feeds, it grows, devouring all. There must be a final answer to halt its advance. But the tide of war seems endless.
One ugly ass horse.
The brutal, unthinking bloodlust of the greenskins. The twisted ambitions of the undead. Though the brave dwarven kingdoms stand with us. Truly, what hope is there? Against countless horrors that cannot be named, let alone fought by mortal means. And yet all this is nothing before what is to come. It whispers and roars in. The dark it is. Against us it is unstoppable. I am unstoppable. I see it now. The beasts that will devour the world.
Well, all right then.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Justin, but isn't this going to be like the first time they've actually incorporated magic and fantasy rule sets in Total War?
Yes. That has never been implemented before. It's usually been real cultures, real civilizations versus other real civilizations. So, but yeah, it really could be a big boost for Total War because they've been kind of falling off lately again. So, if this actually does really well, it will be a big boost for them again.
So it's not going to be like Warcraft.
No.
No.
It's going to be like what
It's
Total War has become lately.
Yeah. It still has the Total War like RTS feel, and it takes the RTS environment of Warhammer and just kind of combines both of them, from my understanding.
I wasn't talking about like World of Warcraft. I was talking about the actual original Warcraft RTS.
The RTS parts of it will probably be very similar to that.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah,
So this is Warhammer, not Warcraft.
that's probably what it'll be really close to.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. It's Order and Chaos. I'm trying to remember my Warhammer lore, like how the factions are and everything. Because I remember the MMO and things like that they've done in the past, but this is actually probably more in line with that, with the actual Warhammer game. I just wish they would have had some gameplay show in the teasers.
Yeah.
All cinematics tough to get overly excited about because all the cinematics look good, and that one looked really good. I remember the days of Warhammer, painting your figures.
Yeah, it's
sitting on a big tabletop.
one thing I've noticed though recently is that a lot of these teaser trailers, they build them from within the game engine, and some games nowadays are actually trying to match their cinematics with their gameplay look. I mean, I highly doubt that one will look anything
one
like
will
the
look
actual
like
gameplay.
close. That one's not even close.
No.
Even if because they just built a new game engine for Rome. I mean, for not for Rome. Attila just used Rome, so they probably won't build another one till after this game.
So, another trailer that we're going to be talking about in just a second. I hope we get into a good discussion about this game coming up.
Oh,
From everything I read, they don't have any gameplay yet for this one available, except for on a private viewing that was held at a recent Star Wars con. And all the press said that the trailer matches very, very, very closely to the actual in-game play. So this is where it's going to get interesting. I have my reservations about this game because of who is producing it, but it looks very interesting, and that's the new Star Wars Battlefront, being produced by EA, and in co with Disney.
well, yeah, they would have to be in code with Disney.
Yeah.
They're making it concurrently with the new movies, and the new movie trailer. I just saw that not too long ago, and it looks pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Agreed.
They definitely modernized the whole movie kind of what's the word format. The new ABC format of the movie style. It looks like it's going to be very similar to a lot of the what's the word? The J.J. Abrams films and whatnot.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Okay.
I know what you're going to now.
Yeah. I thought the new Star Wars trailer looked really good. I love the opening scene with the sand speeder going across, and there's that half-buried Star Destroyer. That was pretty cool. But we're not here to talk about movies. So, the new Star Wars Battlefront. Now, the thing about this game that I was kind of leery about it, I didn't know exactly how they were going to play it, but from what little details they were given, is that this is going to be your typical FPS/vehicular combat, massive online multiplayer. It's not an MMO, but it's going to have that kind of that Call of Duty Battlefront style play, but set in the Star Wars universe with vehicles, which includes being able to drive snow speeders, speeder bikes, and command AT-ATs. Now, commands, that when they use the word command, that one's like, am I not driving it? Am I just giving orders? What's going on with that?
Well, they didn't really have a lot of driving to an AT-AT. You pretty much walked forward and stomped on things.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I remember.
I was...
At a very, very slow pace.
Yeah. But so did it matter because that thing was armored to the teeth and would crush anything it stepped on. I always wanted to be the pilot in that head because you were always moving with the head gunning. I wonder if they had to take fatigue or not nausea pills doing that.
Get your Dramamine.
Yeah, your Dramamine.
Also, you're the last thing to hit the ground. Because there's no AT-AT that ever survives in any movie
No,
No.
ever.
or
Ever.
game.
They all blow up.
They're saying that they will have a typical campaign mode where you're playing through their Star Wars universe on different planets, but they've also promised an in-depth online multiplayer, including the ability to go get into dogfights with the traditional Star Wars aircraft, like the X-Wings, the TIE Fighters, the Falcon, and more.
That'd be interesting.
Now, as long as these fighters are not on rails, like going through a canyon, just dodging, I'll love it if it's a free-form fly.
Yeah. Back to the days of the TIE Fighter and X-Wing games. Oh, that'd be awesome. Oh, such childhood memories.
Do you remember?
Just happy, glowing days.
Do you remember the first Star Wars game that came out that you were actually driving a vehicle?
Well, okay, wait. I
Possibly.
do, but my first one's probably different than your first one.
Oh no! How young do I think I am? How young do you think I am?
No, because I think my first game where you drove anything was TIE Fighter on the Trash 80.
Okay, I'll count it. I'll count it. That's fine.
That's why I said I don't know if that's how old you're going. Because I mean, it's not like exactly a typical console.
Was it titled Star Wars though, or was it just called TIE
I think
Fighter?
it was called TIE Fighter.
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember. It was a long time ago.
I don't think it was Star Wars endorsed that game.
I don't think they did,
No,
honestly.
little trivia knowledge, but good one. That's a good one. I didn't even think about that. 10 points to Gryffindor.
So what is the appropriate answer there, James?
There's no appropriate answer at this point in time anymore. I need more appropriate answer out of more research. I honestly think that it was the Star Wars game for the Atari 2600, but it wasn't called TIE Fighter. It was just called Star Wars.
Yeah, that actually goes further. There was actually two before that, and both of them included vehicles.
Two before the 2600?
Yep. Both were PC built, or not exactly PC, but computers.
Pong? No.
Pong was not PC.
But this Star Wars game looks very entertaining, and
Yes.
everything I read showed that the newest trailer looked very much like the actual gameplay. So when you guys are ready, I will show you this trailer.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like the fact that new trailers coming out now are actually showing you a lot of the actual in-game play. Like the graphics have gotten to the point that the in-game graphics are basically the movie.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we're at that day and age now where you don't have to worry about watching the cinematic. Well, not all games, but a lot of games you don't have to worry about watching the cinematic, and then you play the game and it's a piece of crap. So.
Yep.
I'm
so-
rolling film,
Totally
gents.
different.
If you have it ready, let's roll that tape.
It's rolling.
Let's check it out.
Safety's off! Come on, push up! Stormtroopers incoming! Take position! Speed and right! Pushing them back! Some heavy fire now! Destroy! One destroy!
They had to play the Imperial March.
Take him out!
Y-Wings inbound.
And that was the Star Wars Battlefront.
Gotta love the
Trailer.
Imperial March.
Dun 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 dun.
Probably
dun,
one,
dun, dun.
probably one of the most epic themes, musical themes of all time. It's so widely known that you can walk into a room of people that don't even regularly watch or play the Star Wars games and start humming that, and they're like, "Oh, Imperial March!" They know it by name. So
Yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah, that is. It's very, very iconic. Probably one of the most iconic movie songs there is.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I can't think of a better one.
Was it John Williams? Was it? I don't
Sounds
know.
right. Yeah. The composer?
Yeah, composer who did the Star Wars films. Also, was he the same one that did Indiana Jones and Jurassic Park?
Yes.
I'm gonna say Jurassic Park's the other instantly recognizable
Yeah,
song.
Oh yeah.
and say Indiana Jones is probably the third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that looked amazing. I really liked the whole Endor Moon fight like that, and I to bring the AT was it the little ATSTs, the
Yeah.
small walkers.
Mhm.
That looks awesome, walking through the woods like that, and that's what they were originally designed for. When they saw them on the Battle of Hoth like that in the movie in Empire Strikes Back, like, what are they doing there? They're not designed for that. But what they were
Right.
doing there in the jungle is exactly what they're designed for. So, nerd.
I even saw myself in that video.
So,
You know-
so who's gonna pre-order this? Me.
Me. Now,
Mhm.
my
I don't know
biggest.
if I really need to pre-order it. You're gonna. Well, unfortunately, it's EA. You'll end up getting it on Origin, and you can just pick it up the day. It's not like you have to go somewhere.
That's my problem, though, is it is EA.
Yep.
So I'm expecting it to be half broken. I'm expecting them not to fix it for
half missing.
and not half missing. You only get to
download
play half the
context.
characters. You only get to play half of the planets. The rest will be $40 each.
Yep.
And everything that you want is $40.
And
But,
when they-
EA's getting better lately.
No, they haven't. Have you seen any new Sims?
Hardline.
okay. Well, I
Hardline
haven't,
launch.
I haven't played Hardline at all, so.
Hardline launch was a complete disaster. Oh my god.
I missed that.
Hardline. I have a official review coming up on it, but I'm very underwhelmed right now with the game.
Yeah, I'll be honest. When I looked at it, I wanted it based on the trailers, and then as soon as I saw gameplay, I didn't want it.
Yeah, I wish I wouldn't have bought it. I wish
feel
I
like
just would
they're
have
trying to
pre-ordered
copy
GTA.
Counter-Strike. They're trying to make their own CS:GO with it.
Yeah,
That's what it
essentially.
looked like. I mean, that's exactly what I got. The feel from it, from watching it, from playing it, and it was just like, I'd rather play Counter-Strike.
A little preview. I'm giving the campaign mode one golden banana out of 5.
Wow.
Currently, the only reason it's getting one golden banana is it looks really pretty, and the car chasings are pretty fun, even though they are on rails. Still pretty fun, but the rest it's just
So that may be our lowest rated game so far.
no. We've had
Yeah.
one that
Besides
hit.
the one poo pile from the one person, one
Yeah.
was our lowest rating.
Well, I gave it one banana.
You gave it one banana, and then was it Chuck gave it one poo pile?
No, I did.
No, Joe gave it a poop.
Joe gave it one poo pile. So it's up in the air.
It's
pretty
around
bad.
a banana.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
It's
gonna get
alright.
into some more multiplayer once I can
Those golden
stomach
pile.
the whole. Why I hate how they do the web launching right now. The web-based launch.
Yeah, that's
Oh
horrible.
yeah.
That's horrible.
It makes it a nightmare just trying to get in, and they're using personal servers. Why? Why not do it like Call of Duty, where they host a server and it's so much easier, instead of having to find individual servers with their own different rule sets and all kinds of BS you have to cycle
Because
through.
they make so much money off of hosting. They own half the hosting sites for their EA servers. They make
Oh,
that
I
money.
know, but it's a pain in the ass to the consumer, and that's all EA is just big money grubbers.
Yeah.
Well, they make a lot of money though too. They make a lot of money doing it. So
Well, they're going to be
People
start
are willing-
making a
if
lot
people
less
are willing
money.
to buy into it. They're going to continue doing it. So it's really up to us to stop buying their fucking products. My apologies for cursing, but sometimes I get very passionate about what EA does to us. And,
Me and you both,
it's
buddy.
up to us as the consumer to let them know, hey, we're not going to take it anymore. We're not going to take it.
Unfortunately, you get a game.
Right?
You get a
So,
game
I
like
mean,
that, like Battlefront, and you're going to be playing to all the Star Wars nerds out there, myself
We're
included.
gonna buy it blindly.
Right,
And
and I'm gonna buy it too, and that's the
gonna
problem
buy
with it. It's such a good title. It's got such a good premise, and I'm gonna buy it, and I'm gonna be happy with it for like a day or two, and then I'm gonna be like, I need to download more stuff, and then 6 months later, I'm gonna be like, why did I spend all this money? And I am gonna go back to hating EA. So
yeah,
You're gonna go back looking at your bank account and going, "Oh crap,
Right.
where'd all my money go? Oh yeah, I went into that crap Star Wars."
and I'm gonna think to myself, I'm like, didn't I say that we're not gonna take it? And I'm like, man, I took it.
Take it like a man.
well, this game does come out in December, I believe December 8th.
They actually say if you pre-order, you get access December 1st, and all other players will get access on December 8th.
So there you
So
go,
then, does
December
that
8th.
mean the servers will actually work December 1st through the 7th? And
No.
then on the 8th, they all
I
crash.
need access to it. Doesn't mean that it's gonna work.
I have $100 that says they're going to do it the same way they did Battlefield Hardline and the previous Battlefield, with a stupid web-based launcher with individual servers, with the web-based launcher not wanting to work on half of your web browsers half the time.
It's not gonna work, and they're gonna blame it on DDoS
Yeah.
Yep.
every time, even though it's not DDoS.
But it still looks good.
Still looks good.
It's a freaking good game.
When you have
So good.
when you have 200,000 people trying to log into your server at the same time, that's not a DDoS attack. That's people trying to play your game.
Yeah. Tony Hawk 5 has been officially announced by Tony Hawk by a mistake he made on Instagram, which made him officially announce Tony Hawk 5 is in the works. There are no details currently yet, no information on it, just that it is coming. Literally no information.
I'm thrilled for this as long as there isn't another board peripheral kind of thing.
The last Tony Hawk they completely tanked for one reason. You guys know what that reason is?
The walking around,
Well, the walking around is
no,
one
they're-
thing,
the
but
lack of skating.
the lack of no multiplayer local.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I remember that.
That's what made Tony Hawk 3 and 2 so popular, was that multiplayer aspect.
So
So
many good multiplayer games out there that we've always, that we've invited our friends over and sit down and play, and it's just, I remember the good old days where we all did that, and that was just like the best.
we're going to be getting that into 1 second.
Yeah.
But right now, the last bit of news is there's a big update coming for World of Warships. You guys know, if you watch this show, that we're all fans of World of Warships here. I don't know about Will, but the three of us are.
I haven't played Warships yet.
You need to. It's worth it.
I'm sorry. I still love planes. The warplanes. That was awesome.
Oh,
Unfortunately, warplanes
it
tanked.
was awesome. There's the keyword, was.
Yeah. I haven't played it in a while, but it was awesome.
Don't bother. I played it the other day. I'll get that in a little bit. Big update. So the big update is coming, and they're doing a huge, massive overhaul into the closed beta right now. They're adding battleships for the American line, so we're getting American battleships finally.
Yay.
So heavy armor, heavy guns, low maneuverability. They are adding Japanese carriers into the game.
Yay! I'm excited for that one. That's my most exciting one.
They're adding new ships to fill in gaps. So they're filling in the Japanese battleship. There's a gap between tier 8 and 10, so they're putting a tier 9 in. Bunch of other tweaks to different ships. And they're also tweaking the torpedoes, which I do not like. They're trying, they know there's a big problem with destroyers, but that's not the problem. The torpedoes are not the problem, people.
They're trying to buff the torpedoes, or they're trying to nerf them.
They're doing it where now the range at which you can see them coming is decreased.
Okay.
Yeah, now it's going to be more like for what planes are right now. With
Well, that-
torpedo planes are like,
That necessarily doesn't buff the destroyers. Destroyers have to do it at a pretty short range. It'll buff the cruisers more than anything else.
Their way of thinking was that the destroyers don't have to get as close anymore.
Right.
But
Well,
that's not true because the other ships are going to be moving anyway, and you can't predict where they're going to move all the time.
Not all the time. No.
Unless you get an idiot who's sitting there zoomed in all the time, not watching where he's going, then sure, you'll nail him. But it's just the big problem with destroyers is the fact they have no armor. They're paper boats. They're not getting that. And then they go ahead and say that, oh, but by the way, we're doing massive armor improvements on cruisers, battleships, and carriers.
Yep.
Not destroyers.
But no.
So now our torpedo is going to be less effective, and we're still going to get hit just as hard, to where a cruiser can two-shot me at the same tier.
Yep.
Not cool. On that side note, though, they're introducing a new high-tier map, which is full of volcanoes, stuff like that. They're tweaking some of the old maps. They're including a new grief system, which is similar to what you can find in World of Warplanes, and I believe World of Tanks?
Yes, as well as tanks.
Yeah, so basically if you damage your friendlies, you will pay for their repairs.
And will
If you
it turn
can...
you blue?
Hmm?
Will
It'll turn you something.
It'll
We don't know
turn
what
you
color we'll turn you yet.
pink. They already announced it'll turn your name pink.
Oh, it'll turn you pink?
Oh, I don't want that to happen to me.
And then, after that point, if you get turned pink and labeled as a griefer, like, say you torpedo a friendly because you're an idiot, and you take half his life, half your life goes bye-bye, and you become less effective the rest of the match. And if you continue to keep doing this, you're banned.
And you can also be, as soon as your name changes color, you can be targeted by friendly ships, and they can all shoot you with no penalty whatsoever.
Only if you fire on them.
It's brutal.
But necessary if you play the game and you see those idiots who are sitting there launching torpedoes behind friendly lines.
Yeah.
TK the world.
Who think that their torpedoes are going to travel the
No,
entire map and hit
no
somebody.
TK the world anymore, James. No TK the world. You're not allowed to TK the world anymore, James.
They're adding a flag system, signals. So once you get certain achievements, you can then now display flags on your ship, which will give you slight bonuses in different areas. Whole list of that.
That is really cool.
Yeah, it is.
That's a really cool system, and it adds a little bit more depth to the game too, because it will add another little extra mechanic for the signals, but it adds a little bit more realism because signal flags are all over ships anyways. They're usually starting off with the ship's name, but if you're in big convoys and stuff, they're used to communicate for radio silence at points.
Right. They're adding achievements into the game finally. Now that they already stated that half of the achievements are not going to be really attainable, they're just trying to see how the progression of the players is so they can properly balance it to where they will become a challenge but still attainable in the future. Obviously, this is beta test, so they're going to be using us to get their data they need, which is fine. I know how that goes. We'll be doing that on Utheros in the near future. So, and they're doing a massive sound overhaul, in particular the guns. Now, the sound previews they had on their site didn't work, but yeah.
Hopefully it fixes your sound issues that you have every once in a while.
They did mention that they are going to, that the changes they're fixing is going to cause less strain on systems. And it's not just me, it's actually several people who have been complaining about that. So, that's what's new coming for World of Warships. Exciting. And they said it's going to be probably late next week we'll be hitting it. We'll let you know when we play it. And don't forget, if you want to join their closed beta, all you got to do is pre-order one of their packages and be on your way.
Did they reinstate that? Because last time I checked, they took it away after last week's stream.
I don't know. They might have.
You got to double check that.
Yeah.
Because I remember they were streaming on a Tuesday, I want to say, World of Warships, and someone asked a question about it, and they said, yeah, it's available. And then when you went to check the website, it was there, and then as soon as the stream ended, it was gone. They removed it from the website, like that. So,
I wonder if they're moving closer to open beta. That's why.
well, the problem was that people were buying it, and they weren't getting activated. They weren't getting their codes. They weren't, and they were like, "It's going to come tomorrow. You're going to get your if you pre-order, it's going to come tomorrow." And then that's what they said on the stream, and then they took it down immediately. So I don't know if they fixed the problem that people weren't getting their codes and they reinstated it, or I haven't checked since then, but I remember reading it, and then an hour later it was gone. So be careful. Don't if you're gonna purchase, make sure that it says it's gonna give you the beta key. Otherwise, it may not be worth your time.
I'm wondering if people were just purchasing the wrong things because you had to purchase the premium ships.
Oh yeah, no. It was the package.
It still says it actually. The packages still say it. Access to CBT.
Okay, so they brought that back.
Yep.
'Cause that was gone for about 3 days at least.
I
At
really
least
want
I
that
remember checking
$70
it.
package.
But also, you can sign up on their website, on their forums. You can register with their forums, and you can put in an application there. Make sure you follow it to the T. They will be releasing more. From what I've heard, they're going to be releasing more batches of CBT codes that way. And also check out some of the live streamers on who are receiving closed beta keys that usually raffle them off or give them away in stream. So,
Yep.
there's
All right.
more than one way to skin a cat. Or
That's it
sink
for
a
our
cat.
news tonight, gents. Justin, what's going on with the esports world?
Well, since isn't it supposed to be EA Sports? It's end game. Oh wait. But since we were just talking about wargaming and World of Warships, I'll go and start with that news. The Tanks Grand Finals is coming up. The World of Tanks Grand Finals. So it's the World of Tanks World Championships essentially is happening this weekend in Warsaw, Poland. And the group stages have all been drawn. And I really don't have a favorite this year that I think is going to win. If I did, it would either probably be Navi or I would like to say hashtag RU or why what they go now Roulette, which is from NA. But Navi's probably going to win it just because Russia always seems to win this. But for Group A, you got School Bus from EU, Yato from China, and Roulette, hashtag RU from North America. Group B, you got Arte, which were participants last year from Korea. Hellraisers from RU. Kanza KRU from EU. Navi. And in Group C, you got Navi, Elong from Korea, and RG Razor from China. Group D, you got Elevate from NA, who won North America this year. You also got Verderus Pro from EU and WPSC6, which I don't know what the WP stands for, but SC6 stands for Santa Claus and 6 reindeer.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
it means winter people then.
I can't remember what the WP stands for.
They're Christmas fans. That's all there is to it.
Well,
They're from Russia as well. You can find all this information at the Grand Finals or na.thegrandfinals.com. And that will take you to the North American side of it. If you're in another country, they have other sites, obviously, for that. And League of Legends just had their spring split finals. And now we have all the teams set for MSI happening 3 weeks from now, starting in Tallahassee, Florida. Wish I was in Tallahassee and not all the way in Miami. That's about an 8-hour drive. I'm not making that. But for North America, the came down to C9 and TSM, typical finalists in North America. They're the only two teams that have ever won a LCS in North America. TSM ended winning it 3-1. Wasn't much to really watch in that one. That was pretty much a blowout after the first game. And for EU, it ended up being Fnatic versus Unicorns of Love. And for those of you who follow this, or don't follow this, Unicorns of Love is a new team to the LCS. They just joined this year, and they're already participating in the finals. And they're facing one of the veterans who sadly did end up winning it, but they brought it all the way to 5 games. So it was a really good match to watch. And we got the Smite Spring Finals starting tomorrow as well. That we'll put in the notes. I missed the Will part at the beginning of that. I don't follow Smite that much, so.
No, it's all right. I just wanted to mention it as you guys were talking about the esports. I've been watching a lot of Smite lately. So Smite is wrapping up their spring split, much like League of Legends just did. And theirs is actually starting off tomorrow with a bunch of events that are kind of leading up to it. So they're doing what they're calling the Spring Fling, and they're doing all sorts of crazy things, like If you paid attention to Smite in the early days, it was like a very light-hearted environment where they were doing just as much comedy on their self-supported streams as they were actually playing the game and teaching people. So they like to make fun of themselves. Even now, they make like half their videos make fun of, the people that actually work there, and they like poking fun at each other. So they're doing these crazy things like they have a dunk tank. You can vote to see who gets interviewed in a bathtub. They're doing some one-on-one tournaments, some three-on-three tournaments, some game modes that the pros typically don't play, like their Assault, which is similar to ARAM in League of Legends. So all random, one lane, but the pros never play that. So they're getting these guys all together. They're forcing them into awkward situations.
That's the best way to do it.
Let's admit it. It's awkward socially just in general because it's a bunch of gamers that are now forced to sit next to each other instead of, being kind of hidden behind the wall of the internet. So it's fun to watch it. I think it starts tomorrow at 1 Eastern on Twitch it's twitch.tv/Smite Game. It'll carry on through the weekend. This weekend, we're getting the top 2 teams from North America and the top 2 teams from Europe going up head-to-head in best of 5 series. On Saturday, you've got the number 1 team from Europe, which was Trig Esports, taking on the number 2 from North America, which was AFK Gaming. And then in the second match, you have Fnatic, who is number 2 in Europe, taking on TSM, number 1 in America. And you know what? In the end, I do believe it'll be TSM going all the way. They look so dominant all season. Well, all the small mini split of the spring.
Well, TSM as an organization lately is just blown up. I mean, they've organized themselves so well in every esport to where they're starting to dominate everything.
Everything.
The only thing I don't really know what they're in, I don't think they're in yet, is StarCraft, but I don't think they'll ever be in that one. But they're doing great in CSGO right now. They're like a top 5 to 10 team usually. They're doing great in Smite. They're doing great in League.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're North America's Fnatic right now. That's what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's incredible to watch. So, hey, give it a whirl if you got some time, you're looking to kill some time. It's going to be some definite awkward moments, some good comedy, at least Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday is all hardcore gameplay, which would be really
I can't
cool.
wait to get into some tournaments with World of Warships when that launches. I miss playing wargaming tournaments.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe-
well, the
maybe we
tournament
can-
seems fun.
Maybe we can convince TSM they need a Warships team.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Well,
we have
I'm
to
not.
change our name for that, but that's okay. I'll take the sponsorship money they bring in. So
Right.
Money's always nice.
All right, guys. So we are actually running near the end of the show already, and we still got a lot to go over. But I'm going to go ahead and go into the games that we thought were the most fun that were multiplayer offline, as in same room. All right. My list is pretty long. Tony Hawk 3, up to 4 players, skating around. Even my wife got into it. A lot of fun. Mario Party 3 and 4 are my 2 favorite. So many memories of my family playing that. The latest Mario Kart for the Wii U is my favorite Mario Kart so far. Really enjoy it. Donkey Kong Country, the original, nothing better when you're playing with 2 people, 3 people. Well, 2 people. You can go 3. Bless you.
bless you.
I tried to.
Bless you, my
I couldn't
child.
get there fast enough. I'm sorry.
The natural GoldenEye can't beat the original first-person shooter that introduced the four player death matches to awesomeness. Obviously, there's
cheaters.
huh?
You can't deny that they created screen cheating as well.
Oh yeah, well that's true.
Yeah, screen cheating.
And of course, a very unknown game that actually made many lists for the top 100 PlayStation 1 games called The Unholy War. It was a RTS style game with the map was RTS hexagon. We had to get resources and capture the opponent's base. But how they did combat was what set it apart. When you had two enemy forces head to head, you zoned in to a map and you actually battled each other with your character's special abilities until the other one died. And whoever won, obviously, got to take that hexagon. And depending on what hexagon you were on, depending on what map you went into, a lot of fun. Wonderful game. I had so many hours. I went undefeated in Unholy War, literally. I was in college at the time. We had a whole bunch of people come into our apartment every weekend to play games. I went 112 games without a loss in Unholy War and have never lost a match in that game. And of course, Ultra Combo! Killer Instinct. And that's arcade version, because the arcade version was the crowd gatherer. It was just amazing.
I remember sitting around in my living room playing the arcade version of Killer Instinct.
Hey, I said multiplayer offline. I never said it had to be home console.
I know. In the hey, I remember going to the arcades all the time. I had a lot of good time with that.
Oh yeah.
Stack of quarters and a pack of smokes.
I caught the tail end of the arcade's life, but it was still good times.
Mm-hmm.
Justin, what about you, man?
I also had Tony Hawk 3 and GoldenEye, but those are staples of multiplayer home game genres, or of just great games that should be on just about anyone's list anyways. But I also put Madden. I remember playing tons of games against my friends in Madden, and as well as FIFA.
Boo.
For many years before they... you're just not a soccer fan. Yeah. But, I know.
I think 2015's good. It's good.
But I remember we were doing tons of matches before those were even online, just bringing friends over, doing local LAN tournaments and stuff that way. And the old Pokemon games where you actually had to connect your Game Boys to play with each other.
See, that is not offline. That's considered
that is
online.
offline.
It's system to system. It's not on the same system.
But that's you'd be in the same room.
But
LAN
you're in the
parties
same
should count.
room.
It's
LAN
it's
parties
online.
count.
It's connected.
You said the same damn room.
LAN parties should count.
I said offline.
It is offline.
It's not on the internet.
Offline doesn't mean in particular internet. No lines. No connections. Just a machine.
Wireless controllers?
I'm just saying that because I hate Pokemon with a passion.
No, that's a link cable. That's a small LAN network. It's quick trades, battles. That should totally count. That was what it's all about. But it wasn't a true multiplayer game. It had multiplayer aspects to it. So
Yes.
you're both right.
But
and both
it was
wrong,
still
and Pokemon
one
rocks.
of my major things in my childhood. I remember doing that constantly.
I got
still have
spoiled.
Friends battling.
Somehow I still have my old school big Game Boy, and I have 4 link cables. 4.
See,
And I don't know why.
you guys didn't get ruined to, what is Justin doing?
He's going to get his Game Boy.
I still have my gold cartridge.
I got ruined to Pokemon when I had to sell stupid Pokemon cards 10 hours a day, non-stop, no breaks. I hated it.
You
James,
were like some dealer for Pokemon cards?
I worked for a company called, I forgot the name of them, but it was basically our whole thing was board games. And when I first got the job, it was really cool because our job was to play the board games with the customers and then sell the board games until Pokemon came out. And in LA, when you have a regular stock of Pokemon cards, when they first became huge, we had a line going around the mall 2 layers wide. 2 hours before the store opened. Hated it. James, what about you?
He's muted.
No, sorry about that. Me, I have a few games on there. Of course, GoldenEye, I didn't want to put it down, but of course that was a game that we always played as kids. A bunch of us friends sitting around and playing countless hours of GoldenEye. A lot of my friends didn't want to play that with me because I was so damn good at it. So, yeah, that was not really fun for everyone else. Same thing with Star Fox 64. They had a multiplayer version of that, and I was so good at that game that nobody wanted to play with me after like the first 2 weeks, but I had a damn good time playing it. You had 3 different modes in that one. You could play in the R-wing or the Landmaster tank, or as a little, just a solo character with a little bazooka. So, and it didn't matter what they were playing in. It didn't matter what I was playing in. I would always destroy them. Like if it was an R-wing flying around, I'd end up killing them with my little guy with a bazooka. So that wasn't really fun for everyone else except for me. But Twisted Metal 2, that was a game I wasn't great at. This was probably the only PlayStation game that I really recall playing multiplayer a lot. I loved Twisted Metal 2, the multiplayer aspect of it. It was a heck of a good time driving around in like any sort of arena, picking up power-ups and blowing the crap out of your friends. So I had a really good time. I think it was like Axel was probably one of my favorites. Axel and Spectre, Sweet Tooth, the clown in the ice cream truck. That was like, these are things that I'll never forget in my entire life. These are just like really, really good times. San Francisco Rush, there was a stunt mode that you would play multiplayer where you'd be in this big arena. I played a lot of San Francisco Rush, where you would just try to do points, like flips and rolls and stuff and land. And we would do that for countless hours as kids. Really, really good time. Most of my games are Nintendo 64s. There's like an endless list. Snowboarding Kids. I have Mario Kart 64, the battle version on there. The races were great, but the battle, countless hours of that running around shooting each other with
The balloons.
with rockets. So it's kind of like the kid version of Twisted Metal, but it was a lot of fun. And more recently is the Call of Duty, the Nazi zombie series, any of the zombie series. That is probably the only multiplayer version of Call of Duty I will play with someone. I won't play the co-op storyline. I'll play the zombie game. And it'll be the same thing over and over and over again, but you kind of build new techniques and try to get as high as you can. There's no end to the game. It just keeps going until you die. So there's countless replayability. There's no end in sight, but you just keep trying and trying and trying and seeing how far you can get. So that was a lot of fun for me. Was the Nazi zombies, or the new what was it, Modern Warfare 2, the zombie mode in that one was really good. So that's my list.
Cool.
Can I add one more? I just thought about it. And
Yeah, go for it.
I'm so mad I didn't add it. Super Smash Brothers Melee.
Smash Bros.
Oh yeah.
Burnout.
Is that-
GameCube. Completely forgot about it.
I have
Needs to be there.
Yeah, Burnout's great. I have Burnout in my Nintendo DS right now. I was playing it earlier today.
So many amazing
Burnout is
times
awesome.
doing the
Definitely
crash
a great
mode.
multiplayer game. Like this is an endless list, really. But I couldn't really
Yeah,
put a finger on one singular one. Like I could say Contra, because I could always play Contra with a friend, and I've had a damn good time doing it, just running through the game over and over again. So
What about you, Will?
All right, so I was not in line with the instructions there for a little while, so I changed my list because, damn it, I'm really old. So I'm going to talk about games you don't remember. So
Or
get
you
used-
know.
Yeah, so first off, my favorite game when I was young, and I do mean it was a long time ago, was Mail Order Monsters. So this was
what?
on Commodore 64. So
Ah.
way back, go in your Wayback Machine, go back to the age when Commodore was actually allowed in the U.S. To sell products. And there was an EA game, so EA wasn't always bad, called Mail Order Monsters. And what that did was put you basically against your buddy. If you could steal enough Atari joysticks, you could play 2 players. And go up against each other in basically a mechanism that allowed you to build your own monster and then beat the crap out of each other. So my
That sounds
favorite,
like fun.
my favorite one was to basically take a hybrid T-Rex, add some little tentacles from an octopus, and give them a big, giant energy mace, and amp up his speed so that the other people couldn't get away as I run around smacking him in the head. So generally, like capture the flag modes and things like that were in it, and I would just not really try to capture the flags. I would chase my enemies and kill them, because if you killed them enough times, they couldn't run after the flags. So generally I won. So that was one of those games. And then also in the Wayback Machine, if you remember, there was another fighting game that nobody's mentioned. But I really had a lot of fun in the arcades and once again on the Commodore 64 with Double Dragon. So I don't know if you guys ever played that one.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Of course I did.
A lot of fun. Generally 2 players all the time. I think you could go up to 4 players, but I was not able to steal enough joysticks at the time. So, and then I wanted to give you something a little bit more recent. So I don't know if anyone played the Diablo 3 console updates. So it's on, I have it on Xbox One. It's on PS4. I believe it's on Xbox 360 and PS3. But I haven't played it on those systems. But it actually added a multiplayer mode. And so my son and I sit around on the couch and basically go wail on baddies for a long time. You feel epic. You can high-five each other all the time because, well, you just have to do a couple more moves. And everybody dies. So that has been the recent treat of the family. As far as in semi-offline game modes, it's technically online.
Yeah, you can't even play Diablo 3 without being online.
Yeah, but you're not playing anybody online. You're just getting the content online. So,
all right, we don't have time to get into our E3 predictions this time. We'll save that for next week. We are running a little bit late. That's fine though. I like it. I like it when that happens. This week in beta, however, the signups are closed for this. ESO is releasing tomorrow for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One for their closed beta. If you already signed up, they said they're inviting people in waves. It is, by the way, the biggest hard drive space requirement for any console game in history, at 50 gigs download.
Out of space.
Yeah.
That's 10% of your Xbox One. Oh wait, it's more than that because Windows took up tremendous amounts of space on that.
The ESO staff, they did announce that there is no NDA on the beta, and they in fact encourage anyone who does get in to share your screenshots and live stream the game. So if you're curious about what it looks like on console, go into Twitch. I'm sure you'll find quite a few streaming it tomorrow. The lucky few who got in.
Not me. I wish. I actually bought my Xbox One so that I could play ESO.
Should have went PS4.
For you buying the Xbox One, but that's...
Yeah, you should have went PS4. Just saying.
I had to.
Big announcement, though. Hearthstone from Blizzard has launched to the iOS as well as the Android phones. They're now phone compatible.
Yay!
Oh, this is good. And you get a free pack if you download it and play.
Yes, I already did that. It's really
There's a
addicting.
good pack too. I got a good pack out of mine.
I know, I got like 4 rares in mine.
Yeah, and 1 epic. No legendaries though.
Those are always hard to
But,
get.
It's the full game. They did a really good job at porting this to your phone and tablet. It was available for tablets first, and then they ported it to the phone afterwards, just recently. So, a lot of fun, really good. It's loading online. There it is, Hearthstone. It's really good.
I'm getting
Definitely check it out. Yep.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
All right, guys. We have 1 minute left in the show. So really quick, what have we been playing this week? Me, CSGO. Got a good game, 22 kills. Justin did double of mine. He sucks. But the Hunter Primal, had a lot of fun with that. Had a griefer. Sims 4, more stories to my alien child, later time. Let me see here. Played some ESO this week. World of Warships, plenty. And I played a match of World of Warplanes. Do not bother with it. There was 6 people in queue. And I waited 2 minutes to play a 3v3 match at Tier 3. World of Warplanes is dead. World of Warplanes is dead. But okay. Justin, what are you been up to, man?
I've been playing CSGO. I made it up to Silver Elite. I'm back into playing LoL. I'm back to playing Dota. I'm back to playing StarCraft. I went a day where I didn't win a single match in any of the games, and it really ticked me off. Played some Hunter Primal, played some Sims 4, played some World of Warships, and on to you, James.
I have been playing Hearthstone on the phone. Lots of fun. A lot of fun. Definitely check it out. We've already been talking about that. Actually, I've been playing nothing but the original Legend of Zelda randomizer. I've been doing that for the past 2 weeks, and it's really been taking up a lot of my time. Right now, I'm ranked number 18 in the world for randomizer. I'm working my way up the ladder. There is a ladder. It's definitely available. It's under speedrunslive.com. Speedrunslive.com. Check it out. It's under Zelda Hacks because it is a hacked version of the original game. I've also been playing some World of Warships again and trying to get up to tier 8 now. I'm working on my tier 7, so having a lot of fun with that. And I have Grand Theft Auto for the PC. Definitely.
Jealous. I still want that game. Someone get it for me.
The only thing I'm looking forward to is when they release the stock market online. Right now, it's not available. So I have all this money that they gave me for online multiplayer with nothing to do with it. So
You can go spend it.
All right.
I'm not spending.
My Steam ID, Kempo401 or the widget. Give me GTA 5. I'll love you forever. All right. Guys, Will, what have you been playing? And we'll wrap it up.
All right, 2 games really have been everything that I've been playing. So Mortal Kombat X on PC, Xbox One, and iOS. And then the other one is Smite. Like I said, I love it. So I've been playing a bunch of that too. Maybe 20 hours.
I just don't like the view on Smite. I've tried it. Not mine.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I like it
MOBAs.
better because it's more like a first-person shooter than a RTS.
It's not an RTS, actually. It's a MOBA classification. But
No. But of the MOBAs, it's more first-person shooter than RTS.
Yes.
Multiplayer online battle arena.
Yeah.
all right, guys, that is it for tonight's episode of Ninja Monkey Gaming. Hope you had a great time. We had a great time doing it, as always. I want to thank our special guest, Will, for joining us tonight at short notice. Awesome guy. And that's it. Everybody keep on gaming. Have a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you next Wednesday.
Bye, everyone. Enjoy
Hey.
gaming.
And if you're watching this on YouTube, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you. Navosi, bye.